This challenge introduces Scratch's lists. But first, if I want to make a program to remember the things the cat needs to get from a room, I would need to create as many variables as there are things to get. The variables would have the names of those things to get from the room. I'll create 4 variables. Go to Data, make a variable. Item 1, okay. Make a variable. Item 2, okay. Make a variable. Item 3, make a variable. Item 4. I want to have a backdrop for this. I want the cat in a room. I'll go to New Backdrop, Indoors, Room 2. Go back to Scripts. I'll go to the cat sprite. I have my 4 variables for holding the names of some items. Now I want to initialize them. When the green flag is clicked, I want to initialize the items. Set. There's one for item 4. Need 2 more. Now I can set all 4 items. Item 1, item 2, item 3. I'll make the first item cat food. The second item water bowl. The third item catnip mouse. And the fourth one scratching post. If I were to run this, items 1 through 4 would be set to those strings. What if I want to find out if the items have the name of something the cat's looking for? I could do that with the space key. I'll go to Events, Space. When the space bar is pressed, I want to get the name of the item to look for. I'll go to Sensing, Ask. Answer will have the string the user enters. I'll ask the question, what are you looking for? Now I need to see if the name matches any of the items. I'll go to Control, If Else. If item 1 is equal to answer, operators, equal, answer, over to data, get item 1. If item 1 is equal to answer, then I want to go to looks, say hello. Instead of hello, I'll say found it. Now I need to look at the other items. I'll copy. Need 2 more. Copy both of these. I am so lazy sometimes. Instead of item 1, item 2, item 3, item 4. When the program's running and I press the space bar, it'll ask, what are you looking for? If the answer is item 1, it'll say found it. If the answer is item 2, it'll say found it. Answer is item 3, it found it. Item 4. Otherwise, it didn't find it. I'll change it and say, not here. I could have made all of these into one long Boolean expression with ands, but I'll use this approach. Program's ready to run. Click on the green flag. Item 1, 2, 3, and 4 are initialized. I'll see if I can find some of the items now. Press the space bar. I'll enter cat food. Remember, Scratch matches upper and lowercase characters. I don't have to have a capital C and a capital F to match. I'll hit enter. Found it. I'll try again with scratching post. Spacebar. Scratching post. Enter. Found it. Try something that's not in the list. Run again. Spacebar. Cat litter. Enter. Not here. Good. It's working correctly. What if I want to change the program to add another thing for the cat to get? Say cat litter. I'd have to create another variable and make the searching code longer. What if I wanted to add 10 more things, or 100 more things, or keep all the names in a phone book? I can't create that many variables and search through them. At some point it becomes impossible. This cascading if-else just becomes longer and longer. What if I wanted to remove an item when the cat finds it in a room? I'd have to create another long cascade of if-elses that would become very hard to work with. I need something much more flexible, and Scratch has it. Lists. Lists can hold 0 or more values, strings, numbers, and Boolean values. It's easy to add or remove items from a list, and it's easy to search a list. I'll make a new version of this program. I'll move the sets out of the way. I'll move the cascading if-elses out of the way. And I'll remove the items from the stage, uncheck them. To create a list, I'll click on Make a List. I'll call it Things I Must Get. For the sprite only for the cat. Okay. I'll make the monitor a little wider. And I'll move it over to the right side of the stage. I'll add items to the list. I'll get the Add command block. I'll move these over so I can copy. Control-C. Control-V. Add adds the item to the end of the list. I'll need 3 more. Duplicate. Duplicate both of them. I have 4. Now I'll copy, Control-C, click, Control-V, copy, Control-C, Control-V, Control-C, Control-V. I have cat food water bowl, catnip mouse, scratching post, similar to the initialization before. I'll run this now. I'll click on the green flag. The list has 4 items. Cat food, water bowl, catnip mouse, scratching post. Looks correct. Make it a little bit smaller. Adding all of these things to the list whenever the green flag is clicked on assumes the list is empty. What if I stop the program and restart it? I'll click on the red stop sign. Green flag. I've got 8 things now. It's added them a second time. I want to make sure the list always has the elements, so I want to keep the adds with the green flag. What I can do is add a delete to remove all the elements when it begins. I'll get delete, change the 1 to all. Now when the green flag is clicked, the list will be emptied, then it'll add all the elements. I'll click on the green flag. Now my length is back to 4, just the 4 elements. That worked nicely. I can click on a green flag again. I'll have the same results of 4 items in the list. My program can get the length of the list, use the length command block, click on it, displays 4. 4 items in the list. It's very easy to see whether an item is in the list. I'll scroll down, get the contains condition. Does the list, things I must get, contain the string thing? I'll click on it. False. The string thing is not in the list, but cat food is. I'll change thing to cat food. Click on contains. True. I'll try another one. Scratching post. Click on it. True. Try one that's not in there. How about cat litter? Click on it. False. Didn't find it in the list. That's correct. I'll make the new search code now. Go to Control, if else. Things I must get contains answer. I'll go to sensing, answer. If things I must get contains answer, then I'll duplicate. Found it. Else, duplicate. I didn't find it. I'll run the program. Stop. Run. I'll press the space bar. I'll look for cat food. Enter. Found it. Good. Space bar. Water bowl. Enter. Found it. Try another one. How about cat litter? I didn't find it. Good. It's not in the list. That was easy, but too easy. It's kind of like cheating. I'll try something a little more challenging. What if I want to delete an item from the list when the cat finds something? When I press the F key, I want to remove cat food from the list if it's there. I'll go to Events, F key. I'll get length out of here for now. F. When the F key is pressed, I want to remove cat food from the list. I'll go to Data, get the Delete command block. Delete is told which item to remove by its location or index value in the list. The index value can be 1, 2, 3, 4. It can even be all, as I've shown earlier. To delete an item from the list, the code will walk through the list and remove items that have matching names. I want when the F key is pressed to remove cat food from the list. I'll go to Control, get If, move delete out of the way for now. How can I see what item is in the list? I'll go to Data and get Item. Item returns a value for the particular item in the list. Item 1 will be cat food. I'll click on it. Cat food. If I change 1 to 2, I should get water bowl. Click on it. Water bowl. 3 is catnip mouse. 4, scratching post. If I give a number that doesn't exist in the list, like 5, I get an empty answer. As I'm looking at items in the list, I want to delete an item if it matches cat food. I'll go to Operators, equal, equals cat food. If the item equals cat food, how do I specify which item? I want a variable and have its value change from 1 up through 4. I'll want a loop to look at all the items in the list. Go to Control. A repeat with a count of length of list would work, but it's subtle since the count is only calculated once when the loop begins, yet the loop changes the length of the list. I'll use repeat until to explicitly show the loop handles the changing length of the list. Repeat until. I'm going to need that variable now. The variable is going to go from 1 through 4. I'll use that variable's value to determine when I'm finished. I'll go to Data, make a variable, call it my index, only for this sprite. OK. I want to use my index to get the particular item from the list. I'll add the if into the loop. I'll need to change my index by 1 for each iteration. Change my index by 1. I need to initialize it. Set my index before it goes into the loop. Set it to 1. Now my index will start at 1. I'll get the first item and check it. Change it to 2. Second item, check it. Third item. Fourth item. I don't want to check a fifth item that isn't there. I want to stop when my index is greater than length. I'll go to Operators, greater than. Copy my index. I want to repeat until my index is greater than the length. Back to Data. Scroll down. Length. When my index is 4, it'll stay in a loop. When my index is 5, greater than the length, the loop will be finished. I want to delete the item. I don't want to delete the first item all the time. That would be wrong. I want to delete my index. That one will specify which item to delete. If item myIndex is equal to cat food, I want to delete that one. When I press the F key, my index will be set to 1, and until my index is greater than the length, I'll look at each item. If it matches cat food, I'll delete that item. Increase my index by 1 until it's finished. Do you see a problem? It's subtle. Deleting an item in the list moves the items up to fill the hole, so my index should not be increased after a delete. Otherwise, the item that fills the empty position will not be looked at. It'll be skipped over. When cat food is deleted, water bowl becomes the first item, but my index would be increased to 2, so the if will see catnip mouse next, not water bowl. It's easy to fix. I only want to make the change when I don't delete. I'll get an if else. Go to Control, if else, drop the commands in. Now the change will be there. Get rid of the if, bring in the if else. Now my index will not be increased when I delete something. Program's ready to run. I'll stop it, click on the green flag. I'll press the F key. Cat food disappeared. Great. What if I want P key to remove scratching post? Should I copy the handler with the loop, or should I make a procedure with a smarter loop? Right, a procedure with a smarter loop. I'll make a new procedure block, make a block. I'll call it remove item. It has one string input. Call it item name. I'm not going to worry about running without screen refresh. Okay. I'll move the loop down. Bring the procedure down. When the F key is pressed, it'll call remove item, and it'll pass cat food. I need to scroll down, but I can't with the help. This is a problem in Scratch right now. Hopefully they'll fix it soon. I get around it by using the wheel on the mouse. I'll scroll down with the mouse. When the F key is pressed, cat food is passed for item name. I'll need to use item name instead of cat food so that other calls can be made to remove item. I'll try this. Stop the program. Start it again. My list is initialized. I'll press the F key. Cat food is removed. Good. Now I can remove an item when the P key is called. I'll duplicate. Change the F to P. Change cat food to scratching post. I'll make a couple more. Make a little room. Duplicate. Duplicate. When the W key is pressed, want a water bowl. When the M key is pressed, I want catnip mouse. Program's ready to run. I'll stop, start it again. I'll press the M key. Catnip mouse is gone. Good. Press the W key. Water bowl is gone. The F key. Cat food is gone. The P key. Scratching post is gone. If I press the P key again, it's not a problem. The list is empty. I'll go to my diagram to show how catnip mouse is deleted from the list when the M key is pressed. There are 4 items in the list. Its length is 4 when the M key is pressed. The handler calls remove item passing catnip mouse for item name. My index is set to 1. 1. It'll repeat until my index is greater than the length of the list. Item 1 is cat food. Cat food is not equal to catnip mouse, so my index is increased by 1. Comes 2. Item 2 is water bowl. Water bowl is not catnip mouse, so my index is increased to 3. 3. 3 is not greater than the length of the list, so it compares catnip mouse with catnip mouse. They're equal. It deletes catnip mouse from the list. My index is 3, so catnip mouse is deleted. Scratching post moves up into the position, and the length of the list is now 3. My index is not increased. The loop checks again, is 3 greater than the length? No, it's not. So it checks, is item 3 equal to catnip mouse? Item 3 is scratching post. Scratching post is not equal to catnip mouse. So my index is increased by 1. 4. 4 greater than the length of the list? Yes. So the repeat until is finished. I'll go back to Scratch now. What if I want to add more items to the list? Cat litter and bed. I'll copy the adds. Make a little room. Change this to cat litter. Change the last one to bed. I'll add handlers for L and B to remove cat litter and bed. I'll move define down. Duplicate. Duplicate. L. For cat litter. B. For bed. You can see how helpful the procedure is. Adding more calls is very simple, and by using a list, I don't need all the cascading if, where I would have added more and more items. The program's ready to run. I'll stop it, click on the green flag. I have 6 items in my list now. Scroll up, resize it. I'll press the L key. Cat litter disappears. I'll press the B key. Bed disappears. I'll press the P key. Scratching post disappears. The program's working nicely. I'm finished with this challenge. It's important that you work with lists and get comfortable with them. They're a very powerful way to save, search, and change a set of data. I have many more examples of lists to come. It's important that you work with this example and get experience with lists. Try changing the program. Try adding more items to the list and add their key press handlers to search for them too. Try adding a procedure to copy the things I must get list into a new backup list so the cat can save its list any time when the S key is pressed. S is for save. Try adding a new list to hold the items that have been found and removed from the things I must get list. Perhaps a new things I have list. Or try changing the remove item procedure to remove only the first occurrence of the item in the list. For example, if cat litter were added to the list 2 times during initialization, remove item for cat litter would remove the first matching item, but not the second one. A second call to remove item for cat litter would remove the remaining cat litter item from the list. But above all, have fun with the challenge.